do you have an unnecessary expense with $20 million?
Oh,
20 weird facts about Harper, 1966, you didn't know. Before we begin, understand this. Harper is not a detective movie. It's a film about a man who keeps searching for truth, even after he realizes truth doesn't repair anything. This is a story about moral exhaustion, justice without reward, and a private investigator wandering through a world that has already made peace with corruption. Let's begin. Fact 1. Harper was created to replace a dying Hollywood archetype. By 1966, the classic Hollywood detective was outdated. The trench coat felt theatrical. The moral certainty felt fake. The cities had changed. Hollywood needed a new kind of investigator, one who fit a modern, morally confused America. Lou Harper was that experiment. He wasn't stylish, he wasn't feared, he wasn't admired. He was tolerated. Harper didn't revive the old detective, it autopsied him. Fact 2. Paul Newman refused to make Harper look cool. Paul Newman could have played Harper as charming. He didn't. Instead, he chose discomfort. Harper gets beaten. Harper gets mocked. Harper gets ignored by people with money and power. Newman understood something critical. A private detective in the 1960s wouldn't be respected. He'd be an inconvenience. That choice stripped Harper of glamour and gave him credibility. Fact 3. The film is based on a novel obsessed with emotional damage. Harper is adapted from Ross Macdonald's novel, The Moving Target. The book wasn't about mystery, it was about family rot, broken parents, neglected children, inherited damage. The investigation doesn't uncover a clever crime, it uncovers generational decay. The film keeps that DNA. Every answer Harper finds leads to another emotional wound, not resolution. Fact 4. Harper solves the case, but nothing gets fixed. This is the film's most uncomfortable truth. Harper is competent. He uncovers lies, he connects evidence, he completes the job. And when it's over, people remain broken. Power remains untouched. Money still shields consequences. The film argues quietly, truth is not healing. Truth is heavy. Fact 5. Wealth in Harper is treated as moral insulation. In Harper, money doesn't represent success, it represents distance from consequence. The wealthy characters aren't dramatic villains, they're careless, detached, emotionally vacant. Harper moves through yachts, mansions, and offices like a contaminant, someone who brings reality into spaces designed to avoid it. Money doesn't solve problems here. It postpones accountability.
Fact 6. Harper is always outmatched by design. Harper is never the most powerful person in any room. He's not richer than his clients, he's not protected like the police, he's not insulated like the elite. Everyone he questions has leverage over him. Money, connections, legal protection. Harper's only weapon is persistence. The film reframes investigation as endurance, not brilliance. Harper doesn't dominate situations, he absorbs them. Fact 7. The police are barriers, not partners. In classic detective films, the police are reluctant allies. In Harper, they are obstacles. Not evil, not corrupt in dramatic ways, just tired, bureaucratic, and uninterested. They don't want truth, they want closure. The film reflects a growing 1960s distrust in institutions. Justice systems aren't portrayed as broken, they're portrayed as selectively functional. Harper works between cracks because no official system wants to look too closely. Fact 8. Violence is shown as humiliating, not powerful. When Harper is attacked, it isn't cinematic. It's awkward, sudden, embarrassing. There's no heroic choreography, no triumphant comeback. Harper gets hurt. He limps, he bleeds, he keeps working. Violence in this film isn't a solution, it's a reminder of vulnerability. Every fight costs him something, physically and emotionally. Fact 9. The case exposes family damage more than crime. The deeper Harper digs, the less the case resembles a mystery. What he uncovers isn't clever criminality, it's family collapse. Parents who abandoned responsibility, children shaped by neglect, money masking emotional damage. The missing person is only the entry point. The real subject is what happens when wealth replaces accountability inside families. Harper doesn't judge, he observes, and what he observes is decay. Fact 10. Harper's cynicism is learned, not cruel. Harper isn't bitter because he hates people, he's cynical because he's seen patterns repeat. Truth ignored, consequences avoided, damage inherited. His sarcasm isn't arrogance, it's protection. The film suggests optimism would destroy Harper faster than violence ever could. Cynicism isn't moral failure here, it's survival strategy.
Fact 11. Harper operates by a moral code that no longer works. Lou Harper believes in things the world has outgrown: honesty, personal responsibility, facing consequences. The problem? No one else does. Every person Harper encounters has learned how to bend truth, outsource guilt, or buy silence. Harper's ethics don't give him power, they isolate him. The film presents morality not as strength, but as something that slows you down in a dishonest system. Fact 12. Hollywood is quietly put on trial in this film. Set deep inside Los Angeles, Harper offers no glamour. The city is transactional, relationships are performative, truth is inconvenient. The film uses Hollywood not as a backdrop, but as evidence. Fame doesn't elevate character. Money doesn't reveal virtue. Success doesn't imply integrity. Harper moves through this world like someone who never learned the rules and refuses to pretend he did. Fact 13. Harper solves the mystery but gains no satisfaction. When answers finally arrive, there is no relief, no triumph, no emotional release, no sense of justice restored. Harper learns the truth and realizes it changes nothing. Lives remain broken, power remains untouched, damage remains permanent. The film insists on a harsh idea. Knowing the truth is not the same as being able to live with it. Fact 14. Paul Newman's performance is built on fatigue, not confidence. Newman doesn't play Harper as sharp, he plays him worn. His body language is heavy, his humor is defensive, his patience feels practiced. This isn't a man chasing excitement, it's a man managing disappointment. That choice reshaped the detective archetype, allowing investigators to be tired, skeptical, and emotionally scarred without losing dignity. Fact 15. The film refuses to make cynicism look cool. Many later noir films romanticized cynicism. Harper doesn't. Cynicism here looks lonely, exhausting, necessary but costly. Harper's worldview keeps him alive, but it doesn't make him happy. The film refuses to pretend otherwise. Survival isn't glamorous, it's just survival. Fact 16. The ending refuses emotional closure on purpose. Harper ends without celebration. No justice restored, no emotional healing, no sense of victory. The case concludes, but life doesn't improve. This was a deliberate rejection of Hollywood comfort. The film refuses to lie by suggesting truth repairs damage. It doesn't. Truth only exposes damage, and Harper walks away knowing that exposure is all he was ever hired to do. Fact 17. Harper became the blueprint for the modern anti-hero. Before Harper, detectives were sharp, dominant, admired. After Harper, they became tired. Characters like Jake Gittes, Chinatown, Philip Marlowe, The Long Goodbye, and countless neo-noir figures owe their DNA to Lou Harper. Not because he wins, but because he continues despite losing emotionally. Harper showed dignity could exist without success, that endurance could replace triumph. Fact 18. The film argues that knowledge is a burden, not power. Harper ends the story knowing more than anyone else, and that knowledge isolates him. He can't forget what he's seen. He can't unlearn patterns. He can't pretend innocence exists. The film suggests that ignorance protects people better than truth ever could. Harper chooses awareness anyway, not because it helps him, but because someone has to carry it. Fact 19. Harper isn't moral because he believes in justice. This is the film's quietest revelation. Harper doesn't believe justice will happen. He doesn't believe the system works. He doesn't believe people change. He keeps going because not going would mean becoming what he investigates. His morality isn't hopeful, it's defensive. Truth-seeking becomes the only line between him and surrender. Fact 20. The final truth? Harper is about continuing without illusion. This is the most important fact of all. Harper is not about solving crime. It's about living after certainty dies, about choosing honesty in a dishonest world, about showing up even when outcomes don't justify effort, about walking away alone but intact. The film doesn't ask you to admire Harper. It asks whether you could live like him. Harper doesn't promise justice. It doesn't celebrate truth. It doesn't reward morality. It only asks one question: what kind of person keeps searching when they already know how it ends? If this documentary made the film feel heavier, if it replaced nostalgia with reflection, if it left you uncomfortable instead of satisfied, subscribe now for more deep-dive film documentaries that explore the emotional and moral weight behind cinema's quiet classics. Because the most honest stories don't end loudly. They end with someone walking away, still carrying what everyone else refuses to hold.